Sunlight streamed through the lace curtains, painting dancing squares of light across my miniature world. Ava, my human and the center of my universe, sprawled on the floor, engrossed in a glossy magazine filled with girls her age. Their clothes a far cry from my frilly dresses. We'd spent countless hours in this meticulously decorated dollhouse, crafting elaborate stories and whispering secrets under floral patterned sheets. But lately, the light seemed to cast longer shadows, and Ava's laughter had a hollow ring to it. One rainy afternoon, a strange restlessness took hold of her. She rummaged through the attic, her face etched with a sadness I didn't understand. A dusty box filled with forgotten treasures spilled its contents, stuffed animals with missing limbs, chipped teacups, and me, Chloe, the once beloved doll. I watched with a growing sense of dread as Ava picked me up, her fingers tracing the familiar chip on my button eye.
You're too childish for me now.
Childish!
Whispered, her voice thick with emotion.
All the kids at school think dolls are babyish.
Babyish!
Grow up.
A choke
Grow
sob
up!
escaped her, and then, with a gentleness that felt like a betrayal, she placed me in the box with the other forgotten toys. The box was sealed shut, plunging me into a suffocating darkness. I jostled against my companions, a tattered bear with one working eye, and a porcelain doll missing a hand. Together, we embarked on a terrifying journey, the muffled sounds of the outside world filtering through the cardboard walls. Finally, the journey ended with a thud. We were unceremoniously dumped onto a conveyor belt, deposited in a chaotic sea of discarded items. The familiar lavender scent of Ava's room vanished, replaced by a cacophony of strange smells, stale popcorn, cleaning supplies, and an underlying mustiness that spoke of countless forgotten dreams. This was Goodwill, a world far removed from the warmth and love of Ava's room. Towering shelves crammed with forgotten treasures loomed above us, each object whispering a silent story of lost afternoons and discarded memories. A gruff voice startled me.
Lost and found newcomer?
Rumbled a one-eyed teddy bear with a gruff demeanor.
Welcome to the never-ending yard sale, kiddo.
Never-ending yard sale!
This place chews you up and spits you out. But hey, at least you've got a fighting spirit. That's half the battle here.
Barnaby became my reluctant guide, introducing me to the harsh realities of Goodwill. The ruthless competition for attention among new arrivals, the relentless cycle of donations, and the ever-present threat of the grumpy night shift janitor with his overflowing bin. Despite the bleakness, there were glimmers of hope. I met Beatrice, a wise old porcelain doll with a chipped ear, who offered words of comfort and stories of bygone eras. Milo, the sassy wind-up monkey, provided comic relief with his cynical observations. And then there was the Teacup Brigade, a band of mismatched cups that clung to each other for warmth and support. One evening, as we huddled together in a dusty corner, Barnaby's voice dropped to a low rumble.
There's a saying here, kiddo.
He began, his one eye glinting with a grim light.
5 years on the
5
shelf.
years?
It's off to the landfill.
Landfill?
Dread washed over me. The landfill, a whispered legend amongst the lost toys, a place of no return, where unwanted items vanished without a trace. 5 years seemed like an eternity. Could I possibly find a way back to Ava before that deadline? The years that followed were a whirlwind of experiences. I learned to tell dramatic stories with the teacups as my audience, practice poses for their dusty selfie camera, a discarded phone with a cracked screen, and even picked up some sewing tips from Penelope, a patchwork bear with a knack for transforming scraps into wearable art. We scavenged for discarded fabrics, buttons, and trinkets, creating a unique outfit for me that celebrated my imperfections. My chip paint job became a beauty mark, And my missing button eye added a touch of mystery. I wasn't the same doll Ava once held, but I was a survivor, a storyteller, and a friend to my fellow lost toys. However, the ache for Ava never truly faded. Every discarded hairbrush with a hint of lavender, every whisper of a girl with long brown hair sent my porcelain heart racing. As the 4th year drew to a close, the weight of the approaching deadline pressed heavily upon me. 1 year left.
1 year left.
Several times, I came close to being chosen. A little girl with bright eyes lingered over me, but her mother steered her towards a sparkly new doll with bright pink hair. A young boy picked me up, examining my chipped paint with a curious frown, just as he seemed on the verge of taking me home. His gaze fell upon a sleek action figure, and I was abandoned once more.
Great!
Though tempting, the thought of a new home never truly held my heart. Each time, a flicker of relief washed over me, a bittersweet confirmation that fate hadn't sealed my doom just yet. There was still a chance, a sliver of hope that in this vast sea of forgotten things, my path and Ava's might somehow converge. One rainy afternoon, a commotion erupted near the entrance. A group of middle schoolers, their faces a mixture of excitement and nervousness, flooded the store. Ava, now sporting a trendy haircut and a backpack overflowing with books, was amongst them. My porcelain heart hammered against my chest. Could this be it? Was this my chance to find my way back to her?
To be continued, like and subscribe!